You are on this call this evening because somebody either spoke about the word LifeWave or spoke about the word patch. So you probably heard the word LifeWave. What is LifeWave? LifeWave is affordable stem cell reactivation technology in the form of a patch. LifeWave patches are formulated to activate your copper peptide, which reactivates your own stem cells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a 2-minute clip quick just to explain what phototherapy is and exactly how the patches work. Here goes.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
So where did this all start? LifeWave was actually established in 2004, 19 years ago in San Diego, California. They actually call LifeWave a 19-year-old startup company. Basically, the first 10 years of LifeWave, what they were busy doing is putting the clinical trials, the studies, and putting all the patents in place. So this foundation is rock solid. I'm actually going to go through a bit more detail shortly on the patents that actually protect the product. LifeWave is in 84 countries around the world and expanding. It's also amongst the fastest growing companies in the USA, and the turnover went from $28 million in 2020 and 2021 to $280 million just last year in 2022. Now, most companies after COVID, what are they doing? They're busy closing doors right now. I don't know many companies that are 10xing their turnover after COVID. So this is a company that is literally on its way up. And where did this all start? David Schmidt, our CEO and inventor of LifeWave and the product called X39. The product has got over 130 international patents. David Schmidt is a scientist and an inventor. In fact, he's a 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. This is something that really got my attention when George shared LifeWave with me in October last year, is that the company has got 133 international patents, which means that this product has got no competition. Now, if you think about patent, I come from the children's toy industry. I've had my own international children's toy company for the last decade. And because of COVID, my company closed doors. But I was in the process of getting a patent. And I don't know if anybody's ever applied for an international patent. You're looking at about $1 million US for one patent. Now, the importance of a patent and the validity is any company that wants to get a patent, by law, it has to do what the product says it does. Otherwise, you will not get issued a patent. So 133 patents behind our name. Like I said, that means no competition. This is not a me too product that people can copy. So very quickly, why X39 stem cell activation patches? The fewer stem cells that you have, faster you age and the slower you heal. By the age 30, only half your stem cells are active. At the age of 60, you lose almost all stem cell activity. Now, that is the reason why all of a sudden at the age of 60, you start to go gray, the wrinkles start to kick in, all the aches and pains start to kick in, because your stem cells, in a nutshell, are really your youth gene. So how does X39 work? X39 is our flagship product that was actually developed only 3.5 years ago. It's the holy grail of anti-aging. The products are made of organic nanocrystals. They formulated to activate your copper peptide, which in turn reactivates your own stem cells. So nothing is coming into the body. It's non-invasive, it's non-transdermal, hyperallergenic, and 3M medical grade adhesive. So activating your stem cells, what can this do? What does the X39 do? Top left, rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, supports wound healing, energy and vitality. Now, my favorite, mental clarity. I would pay thousands per month just to have the mental clarity that I have right now. My brain, I literally feels like what it was when I was in my mid-20s. And people are getting these results really, really quickly on the mental clarity side, getting rid of that mental fog. It enhances sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and improved skin appearance. Now, as I mentioned, end of last year, I had black rings under my eyes. I was starting to get wrinkles. My wrinkles are starting to go away. My gray hair is starting to go back to black because what's really happening is it reversing the age process. I'm going to explain more now. So very quickly, how do you wear the X39 patches? Um, it's 12 hours on and 12 hours off. We say most people wear the product during the day. That's when the clinical trials were done in two places, just below your neck and 2 fingers below your belly button. So the products have been manufactured for an efficiency rate of about 14 to 16 hours. So this is just guidelines. So if you put patch on in the morning and say you take it off just before you go to sleep, you might have the patch on for maybe 15, 16 hours, which is not serious at all. Because like I say, these are just the guidelines that the clinical trials were done. But very importantly, drink lots of water. The reason for this, it assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies to the entire body. Right, this is what happens in the first few days. 3 to 4,000 genes begin to reset to a younger, healthier state. Now, people using the X39 patches will experience almost immediate effects through the elevation of antioxidants, a decrease in inflammation, and an increase in energy and joy. This is what happens within 6 weeks. Your brain becomes balanced. Physical changes start to occur. Decreased symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Mental clarity, no more foggy brain. Now, even if you don't feel the effects, be rest assured the new stem cells may be regenerating an internal organ or tissue before repairing something that you feel. Now, your stem cells are extremely clever. It's like a heat-seeking missile. It's going to go into your body, and once it starts regenerating, reactivating the stem cells, it's going to go to an area of your body that needs repairing first. So you might be wanting to achieve or experience X, Y, and Z, but the stem cells are going to go and repair that area first. Now, remember, each person's body is different. So some people are going to get results very quickly, some medium term, some long term. I'm going to explain the 90-day protocol shortly. And again, don't forget, drink lots of water. This is what's going to happen within 3 months. Active stem cell repair, collagen is increased, wrinkles start to decrease, Hair and nails start to grow faster and stronger. It supports structural integrity of both skeletal and muscular systems. Now, your stem cells are now actively creating deep healing in your body and repairing damage caused by the aging process that now becomes continuous and accumulative. What does that mean? Some people ask me and say, Chris, if after a couple of months I'm feeling healthy and I don't have any ailments or any pains, can I go off the patches? Well, sure, you could go off the patches. You're not going to feel the pain immediately the next day. What will happen is, as long as it took for your body to get to an optimum health level, it's going to take about the same time to go back to the level that your body was before started using the patches. I look at myself personally. If this is something I want to do for the rest of my life, I will definitely do it because I want to keep my stem cells younger and I want to keep myself at a younger state. Then this is what happens after 6 months, reverse aging. Your vascular age is reduced. In a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just 6 months of using X39. How long we live is determined by the health of our stem cells. And this is what David Schmidt, our CEO and inventor of LifeWave, says. It's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. I was talking about the 90-day protocol. David Schmidt advises to use the patches for the minimum of 90 days for optimum results. Although that it is just a recommendation, we've seen results within weeks, days, hours, minutes, and even within seconds. Now, the biggest reason that the patches won't do what you want it to do is because of dehydration. So again, one of the most important things is keeping your body hydrated and drinking lots of water. Take a screenshot or take a picture of this page. The product website is called startx39.com. There you'll find over 80 clinical trials and studies. All the patents are on there. A large amount of testimonies, and that 2-minute video clip that I showed in the beginning is on there. There are doctors' reviews. There's another clip where David Schmidt actually goes in depth into the science behind how the patches work. So very quickly, here are a couple of testimonies on what X39 has done. This picture over here is a topography map. 12 participants between the age of 50 and 80 years old went onto a P3 EEG brain mapping machine. Now, if you look at the first picture on the left-hand side, if you see the red is inflammation and swelling. Look at the middle picture after session 2. This is after only 3 weeks. You can see how the red has has basically disappeared. And then look at after 6 weeks, session number 3, how the red has completely disappeared. That's how quickly the inflammation and swelling of the brain goes down. Here's another picture of before and after. Now, this is only 30 minutes after putting the X39 on. Look at the top picture of the person's back, the red inflammation, and look how the inflammation has gone down after 30 minutes. On the right-hand side, this is a person's hands, also 30 minutes. Look how the inflammation has gone down. This also works beautifully on animals, also reduced inflammation. A lot of people say, oh, Chris, this is mind over matter. This is placebo. How can it work? The clinical trials and all the studies that have been done specifically on animals, that just negates that and throws that theory totally out the window. Then we've got psoriasis. This is after 10 days. Look at the picture on the left-hand side. Look at this person's leg. After 10 days, the psoriasis has completely disappeared. Then I was talking earlier on about increased collagen in the skin. So the way the patches work is this works from the inside out. This is only after 12 days. Look at how quickly this scar tissue has healed. Now, ladies and a lot of men on the call, check what this does after 1 year of being on the patches. This is having a facelift without going under the knife. Like I say, this is from the inside out. Look at the way it's taken the wrinkles and the lines away. This is only 45 days after being on the X39 patches. You can see the way the wrinkles have started disappearing. This picture absolutely blows my mind. This is 3 months after being on the patches, Bell's palsy. Look at the way this lady's face. See how it's pulled up like that? Look at the way it's gone back to normal after only 3 months. This picture is a little bit graphic, but look at this gentleman, how badly damaged his face is. Look at the top of his eye. Like you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 patches that he's put on. So you can use multiple patches at a time. And this is after only 7 weeks. You can actually see by where the gentleman's chin area is. Look at the way the skin has actually tightened up. This person cut the top of their finger off. It was sewn back on. And look how quickly this repaired after only 21 days. It doesn't even look like the finger was cut off. This is also before and after photos. After only 5 months, look at the way the wrinkles have started disappearing. This one also absolutely amazing. 1 year of being on the X39. You can see also what got my attention with this picture is if you look at the lady's eyes, can you see how dark in the first picture the lady's eyes are? And look at the picture next to it, how her eyes have totally lit up, and you can see how blue her eyes have become as well. Hair loss. After 6 weeks of being on X39, look at the way the hair has started filling up at the top. Another picture, 9 weeks after being on the X39. Look at the way this lady's spots have actually disappeared on her face, and also how her cheeks have started tightening up. Another before and after. This is after only 5 months. This I found out, this person actually had a snowboarding accident, and he fell off his snowboard and damaged his face. Have a look at what how his face has improved after only 5 days being on the X39. Another picture, 6 weeks of hair growth. Check out this picture. Like I said, it's another one that absolutely blows my mind. Look at the way the person was balding at the top of his head. And this is after 3 months being on X39. How he's basically got a full head of hair. All right, this is where I'm going to hand over to George quickly so he can tell us the story of how Michael Phelps, the USA swimmer, got onto the LifeWave patches.
Hey, Chris, thank you. So this story fascinates me. I'm putting this on silent so it doesn't... is it on silent? Sorry. This story fascinates me because David Schmidt, he's an inventor. He was invited by the Department of Defense to create a product for submariners so that submariners didn't have to use Red Bull type products, caffeine, and so on. So he invented this technology, which works with the bionanocrystals. And the first patch he created was called Energy Enhancer. And in his own words, after the towers he went down, the Department of Defense had other priorities and there was nobody there to answer the phone. So he thought, I'm going to take this to the public. I'm going to take my invention to the public and see what to do. So he began to set up LifeWave as a company. And he was exploring, do I do radio ads, television ads, so on and so forth. However, in one moment, he found himself in a conversation with a man who was a big networker. And that gentleman told him, asked him if he could introduce David to a doctor friend of his in California, who in turn said the same thing. Can I introduce you to a doctor friend of mine who's the doctor for the Olympic swimming team in Stanford, who then introduced David to the coach. 3 weeks later, David found himself patching that Olympic swimming team with Michael Phelps and the rest of them. And we know how well that team did. However, also in that process, he was summoned to prove that his patches were not transdermal, no drugs, no pharma product going into anybody's body. So he passed the test for the Olympic Committee and the US anti-doping, which was also for him a big step forward. One thing led to another. You see here, Sean May, basketball guy, David Beckham, very well known. Here we got a motorbike champion who uses the X39. The first three are all on energy enhancer, but Lorenzo Savadori using X39 for added concentration. On our Spanish call, actually, I've had calls with a few people with the patches on their foreheads. So that's how and why David decided to develop the sales of LifeWave in a network rather than in the traditional way of paying for TV ads, radio ads, renting shelves in stores. LifeWave gives back 60% to its distributors instead of having a huge marketing budget. Okay, I'll let you have it back, Chris.
Awesome. No, thanks for that, George. Let me tell you something. The fastest way to get a product into the marketplace is word of mouth and by personal testimonies and personal stories. Now, if you have a look, most of the people sitting on this call right now have heard of Tony Robbins. The first time I read a book by Tony Robbins, I was 21 or 22 years old. So this is like 25 years ago. And Tony Robbins played a big role in my start of self-development. And it's a person that I've got a huge respect for. Now, he launched his new book called Life Force. I think it was about middle of last year. And in his new book on health, Tony Robbins actually mentions both stem cell and peptide therapy. Now, he's personally had stem cells injected into his body, which healed his shoulder overnight, and thus he's a complete believer in it. Now, the thing is with injections, you've got about a 50% chance of it actually working. That's the gamble that you take with the injections. Now, stem cells have been proven to help your body treat and even heal most chronic health conditions and life-threatening injuries. Now, both stem cells and peptide therapy are generally expensive. I had no idea how expensive stem cell injections are. They're anywhere between $7,000 to $100,000. And this also requires a series of injections and most often international travel and accommodation. A lot of you will meet Harvey and Olga. They stay in New Jersey in the USA. And Harvey and Olga, their son, Alex, has got autism and he's 8 years, last year he was 8 years old. And last year they spent $22,000 on stem cell injections on Alex with very, very, very little results. And I think it was about June, July last year, they were introduced to LifeWave. And they thought, come on, a patch for $99 is going to help. We've spent $22,000. One day you will actually hear Harvey speak about his son. We actually do have the testimony recorded. So anybody that would like it, we can share it onto you. And very quickly, after 3 weeks, what the LifeWave patches have done for their son is absolutely mind-blowing. We're talking about riding on a Peloton bicycle on his own, swinging on a swing on his own that he was not able to do. Absolutely amazing. This is done in a very short time frame. Now, that takes me back to talking about the pricing of how expensive the injections are versus the LifeWave stem cell reactivation patches, which are at a fraction of the cost. So very quickly on the products, you've heard me mention the word X39 a number of times. Now, X39 is the flagship product. That is the original product that actually, well, not original, the product was launched 3.5 years ago, but it is the main product that actually reactivates and rejuvenates your own stem cells. Then we have the supportive products. George was talking about product called Energy Enhancer. These are products that have been developed over the last 19 years. Right, the support product, we've got one for sports called X49. We have one for extreme pain called Icewave. Then we've got the sleepy patch, which is called Silent Nights. We have a product called Aeon, which is for extreme high levels of stress. Then we've got carnosine, which is for stamina. Immune system, we've got glutathione. Then SP6 is weight management. And then we have the energy enhancer. Energy enhancer, I used it for the very first time about 2 weeks ago. And this patch comes with, this sleeve comes with two different patches on. You get a white one and a tan one, and that works on the positive and negative electrodes in your body. It kind of feels, how can I explain it? We've all had one or two Red Bulls, and you know what it feels like where you get this peak, it lifts you up, then an hour later you get dropped into this valley. Now, what the energy enhancer does is basically every 10, 15 minutes, it just elevates you to a higher energy level, and you don't feel like you got the shakes or anything. The way I could relate to it is I felt the way I felt when I was 10 years old, just having that complete natural energy. Then we have a product called Nirvana. The bottom three are not available in South Africa, but are in various other countries around the world. Nirvana for mood, Equilife for animals, and Alvida, which is for skin. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, oh my goodness gracious, what do these products cost? Nowhere near the couple of thousands that I was talking about for stem cell injections. The retail price, this is if somebody sees the product and they go, wow, I'd like to give this a try. The retail price for the X39 is $149, and the other supportive products are $79. Now, this is for one sleeve. One sleeve, this is what it looks like of X39, and you get 30 patches in a sleeve of product. And wherever you are in the world, all you got to do is you add your country tax and obviously delivery to your home. Right, so we also have the option where you can actually register with LifeWave and you can then purchase for wholesale pricing. The X39 then is only $99 for a full sleeve, and the other supportive products are between $49 and only $69. And as I said, that's for a full sleeve of product. Right, so how does this work? To be able to enroll for the wholesale pricing, we've got various kits available. The entry-level kit is what we call the bronze kit. That is $124.95. I'm just going to round the figures up for just to make it easier. Let's work on $125, and that gives you one sleeve of X39. This includes a once-off $25 enrollment fee. So you'd basically be saving $25 off the retail price immediately. And then your next order and ongoing orders for the X39 are only $99. That is one sleeve, 30 patches, 1 month supply, plus country tax and delivery. The most popular kit that we have is the silver kit. You enroll with a silver kit for $300, and that gives you 3 sleeves of X39. And you save on the enrollment fee. There's no enrollment fee included when you register with the silver kit. And then you're buying it wholesale price immediately, which is $99 ongoing. And that gives you 3 sleeves of patches. So these are the wholesale customer kits. Then we have the business builder kits. The gold kit is $500, and that gives you 5 sleeves of X39. And then we've got the platinum kit, which is $1,000, gives you 12 sleeves. And then the diamond kit is $1,600. This is for people, we call this the family kit. This is for people that have got quite a big family and want to get everybody onto it and using the product. That gives you 19 sleeves of X39. Now, you'll see it says there one sleeve X39 or 2 patches as an example of the other sleeves. So you can mix and match in your kit when you enroll. So in other words, if you take one of the X39s off, you can replace it with 2 of the other cheaper products. And the cool thing is you can upgrade your kit and pay in only the difference at any given time. So say hypothetically speaking, you register as silver and 5 days later, you go, oh, I should have actually joined at gold because I need an extra couple of sleeves of patches. So that doesn't mean for you to register at gold, you now need to go and join at the $500 because you're already at silver. With LifeWave, which is very different and very unique, you only pay in the difference. So to go from silver to gold, you'll only pay the difference of the $200. All right, so very quickly in closing off, so LifeWave, the company, as I mentioned in the beginning, is a 19-year-old company that went from $20 million to $280 million in the last 2 years and is in 84 countries around the world. The global stem cell market is $12 billion. Yes, that's billion with a B, $12 billion, and growing at a steady rate of 10% compounding per year. So David Schmidt, he says, you have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. This is an entrepreneur's dream come true. This is an established company, cutting-edge science, 133 international patents, and this is a product with no competition. We are literally in the right place at the right time with the right product. I'm going to play a quick 6-minute video clip, which is going to encompass everything that I've actually gone through and explain it so beautifully in a nutshell. Here goes.
It's not too often that an opportunity comes along that puts you in the right place at the right time with the right product. But that's exactly where you find yourself as you discover the power of LifeWave technology and the opportunity it represents for you. Our mission? To share products with the world that enhance the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter. If that resonates with you, take a moment and imagine. Have you heard about the billions being spent in the race to cash in on the promise of stem cells? We're told the possibilities in the future for improving our health and wellness using stem cell science from Big Pharma are huge. But what if the future was now? What if you could be perfectly positioned to take advantage of the stem cell revolution today? Partnering with an established company with proven technology, using a business distribution system that puts you in the driver's seat now. Too good to be true? Absolutely not.
It's what the world wants. We don't want drugs. We don't want injections. We don't want surgery.
I've never seen anything like this in 21 years of being a doctor, anything coming close to doing what this technology does for people.
This is a pivotal moment in alternative medicine and in the future of technology and healing and helping people.
Stem cells are the future. As a wellness company, we needed to be part of the stem cell revolution. And with X39, that's exactly what's happened.
That's David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder, CEO, and inventor of X39, his latest breakthrough in what is wearable, virtually weightless technology.
I'm now 50 years old and I feel like 30 years.
In 2 days, X39, my knee pain was really gone.
It's a really fun thing to share with people because everybody is amazed by it.
What does X39 do? It harnesses light to elevate a copper peptide proven to activate stem cells.
We're bringing regenerative science to everyone, and we're doing it safely and inexpensively and with extraordinary benefits. So this is why we have such an advantage in the marketplace and what makes our opportunity for our business builders so enormous.
This is cutting-edge science with no competition that's safe, affordable, non-invasive, and drug-free. We have an X39 video that tells you all about the science, so be sure to watch it. But with over 80 clinical studies behind it and multiple worldwide patents protecting it, the science is settled.
It's a game changer. There is absolutely no competition.
You're not going to be able to find this in any other different company.
So where do you come in? Our distribution model is network marketing, an industry that approaches $200 billion a year in sales worldwide. People telling people about products and building teams of team builders that accelerate that word of mouth. It's big business, and LifeWave is growing fast within it.
It's very unusual that you would have cutting-edge science make its way into network marketing. But as it turns out, because our products produce immediate effects, immediate benefits, Sharing the product face-to-face makes it the ideal way to share the technology.
The only thing you have to do is go out and share it with people. That's it.
You don't have to be a medical doctor like me. Everybody can do this.
You try the patch and you love it.
The reaction that people give us is like, wow.
With warehouses now in multiple countries, distribution in over 100, and the capability to manufacture millions of units per month already in place, LifeWave is ready for you. Just think about who you know and all the people they know that would like more energy without the buzz, to reduce or eliminate pain, to sleep better, all without drugs, to look and feel younger without risky procedures. The list of benefits using our products is long. The market's vast. Are you starting to get the idea here? You're on the threshold of something significant. I mean, think about it. This is an opportunity with global reach where there's help and support alongside you every step of the way, and it's all fueled by a science that has no competition. As a member, you have an incredible array of marketing support, training, and business services that allow you to focus on what's important, spreading the word about LifeWave and helping us expand.
The growth in the future is going to be fast because of X39.
Once you learn about the X39 and you see what it's doing for people, for me, I feel like it's an obligation to share it.
Today, more and more people are really looking for solutions for a better lifestyle.
Everybody wants to look younger, everybody needs more sleep, wants to have more energy, wants to get rid of pain.
And LifeWave is fun because you're making a difference in people's lives. It's not a little difference, it's a big difference.
LifeWave gave my children their mother back. When you're able to move someone's health as much as we can with LifeWave, see what change that make into people's life, that's amazing. It is. You can literally change someone's life. And I love that.
So there you have it. Look, whatever you want, however high your goals, however big your dreams, it's all possible with LifeWave. So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LifeWave. Whatever you do, though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
$1 billion by 2025. Now, like I said right in the beginning, this is an entrepreneur's dream come true. To have a product, number one, that works and is protected by a patent, which means that you've got absolutely no competition. This is not a Me Too product that you in the industry where you're talking about my powder is better than your powder, my pill is better than your pill. The beauty of this is there's absolutely no competition. LifeWave is in a league of its own. Very quickly, in closing off, I've been in many different businesses over the years, and the turning point for me personally was what this product did for my mom. The proof is in the pudding. The product talks for itself. I haven't spoken to anybody about LifeWave, about the business side at all. All I've done is shared my story and shared the story about my mom and what this product has done. And that's what I love about LifeWave, is that this is a product-driven company. When I got onto the product, end of last year, like I said, I had results very quickly, literally within 5 days. Now, my mom is 70 years old and she suffers from a disease called fibromyalgia. It's a muscle degenerative disease. In fact, it's actually also called the suicide disease because of the pain. Now, the last 16 years, I've spent an absolute fortune taking my mom to specialist doctors. She's been on drips. She's been on hectic chronic medication. She's been on chronic medication literally for the past 10 years. Now, the pain is so bad that my mom would not be able to sleep for longer than an hour. She would actually wake up nearly every hour just from the pain. So when I took my sleeve of X39 patches, just X39 to my mom, I said, "Mom, I've got something that's going to help you." And she said, "My boy, don't bother, because we've spent all the money and we know that nothing is going to work. We've tried everything. I said, Mom, you know what? This works on frequency, and I believe this is going to do something for you. I got the patches onto my mom. After 3 days, she sent me a message on WhatsApp, and she said, I don't know how to say this to you, but my toothache has disappeared. I said, I didn't even know that you had toothache. She said, yes, I've had toothache for 6 months. I didn't want to stress you and tell you about it, but my toothache has disappeared. Then about 4 years ago, my mom had an operation on her nose where she had a lump taken off her nose. And for the last 2 years, she's actually had a cyst on the inside of her nose. And this cyst has been, not getting too graphical, but leaks. And my mom's been on many courses on antibiotics. She's been to the doctor many times and has even put ointments in her nose. And she said that every day the leaking got less and less and less. And after 2 weeks, it turned into a little scab, and the cyst had actually fallen out of her nose. But the big thing is what happened after 3 weeks. My mom phoned me up and said, my boy, you're not going to believe this. I am pain-free. I slept for the first time. I slept through the night in basically 16 years because it's taken the pain away. And that is using just the X39. That was a turning point for me. That was a complete turning point for me. That's when I turned around and I said, I phoned George up and I said, George, I'm going to be putting my life, my soul, and everything into LifeWave because of what it's done for not only myself, but what it's done for my mom. The amount of testimonies that we see on a daily basis are absolutely mind-blowing. And we belong to a team called Quantum Field. Quantum Field is a team that was started up by a lady by the name of Onyx Cole, who is our leader that has put systems in place that help us share LifeWave with other people and have a very duplicatable system that anybody can follow. And that's what I love about the network marketing industry. This industry has made more millionaires than any other industry in the world. Yes, money is important, make no mistake. We need money to live in this world. But the satisfaction of seeing a person becoming pain-free and what it's doing for people, no money can buy that. And Onyx Cole put the system together 3.5 years ago. And this is a lady that has made millions of dollars in the industry that actually went into retirement. A person shared patches with her, and she actually came out of retirement to share her information and her years of experience with all of us. And this is a person that is not doing LifeWave for the money, but because of the passion of the product and the industry. Take a snapshot of this page, take a screenshot, take photos. There is the QR code for the startx39.com website. That's the website that I went into detail with on a little bit earlier. Then we have the Facebook Quantum Field page that you just search for Quantum Field X39 team and you can join that. Then Onyx Cole has got her YouTube channel, which you can scan that QR code, or you can search for Onyx Cole Network Marketing. And then the Facebook page for X39, this is the one where there are hundreds and hundreds of testimonies. And then to take the business to the next level, the website is called build331.com. And that's where all the training you could ever imagine is sitting there. So between myself and George and Harvey and all the leaders, we are here to support you every single step of the way. And the support that we get is absolutely amazing. So if anybody that's new on the call, get back to the person who invited you onto the call and get back to them and tell them how you'd like to get started, which kit you would like to get started with, and join us on this journey of making a difference in people's lives.